What is up, everyone? So the goal today is to finally get Brian's LS swapped E46 off the lift for the first time with the swap finished up. Now the last piece of the puzzle, at least hopefully the last piece, is we have to finalize the fuel system. And when we had a couple components that we were hoping to come in last week, but FedEx did us dirty, but it's now Monday, and we only have 3 days to get this thing ready for the next drill event, and we're stressed out, but we're gonna get it done today. Brian's freaking out, but he's very excited, and I wanna get this done so when he gets off work, we can maybe put it on the dyno tonight. We'll find out. So right now, the only thing holding us up is the fuel system. So currently we have a DW300 in the tank. We have DW top feeds in the rail, which is perfect, but our only problem currently is this, our fuel filter and fuel pressure regulator combo. Now what we see here is a Corvette factory fuel pressure regulator, which is really nice for simple setups because it not only regulates the fuel pressure, but it's also a filter and it's a returnless system. So we just have one line going to the rail. Nice and easy, nice and compact. But the issue is when you start making big power, you need a big fuel pump and the regulator can't keep up. So it actually ends up over pressurizing the feed. So currently we have 95 PSI of fuel pressure at the rail, which is insane. So we can't be having that. So we kind of have to redo all of this. And while we figured the best thing to do would just, do an entire DW fuel system. So today we are doing a DW stainless fuel filter and of course a DW 1000 fuel pressure regulator. Oh my God. That thing holds a lot of fuel. Oh, perfect. Yeah. There we go. Thing's on there. So the OEM fuel filter actually you smell right here. And knowing Brian, he's probably gonna wanna buy the OEM mount and put it there, but we don't have it. So Brian, it's just as high as OEM, ain't going nowhere. Perfect. Cool. So now it's time for one of the more tricky parts of a fuel system, that is actually mounting a regulator and piecing together all the fittings, right? As you can tell, this is pretty intricate right now, I guess as you could say. So we're not working with much room. There's no room to get this in the bay. So we had to work with what we had on the rail. And luckily Brian's exhaust goes forward on this side, so we kind of have this area to work with. And after much trial and error, I shortened the bracket, did all this, pieced together these fittings, and this is the best I can come up with. It's a tight fit, you guys probably can't tell, but this is kind of the best of everything. We have it, so we have the feed coming in through here on a barb still. We have the return going past here away from the suspension components, and then right here is the actual feed to the rail, and we could just connect this line right there. Our return right here, use the OEM slot, put a P-clamp right here. Yeah, love that. That's nice. Yeah, not proud of myself for using adjustable wrenches. One thing that's really nice and kind of slept on with the D-Works fittings is they don't really scratch. So if you're in a pinch like this, you don't have AN wrenches, you can't tell.
I mean, we do have AN wrenches, but...
All right, we do, but... We have the feed for the fuel rail. Boom.
Tighten that up. And
there we go. So there we go. She's mounted up. We have our feed, our return, tied up to the chassis, P-clamped in to the factory lines. I think it would be Brian approved.
I think so. He'll be happy.
He'll be happy.
Hopefully.
Why does that look so good with wheel covers on it? That's like a huge flex. That just looks cool.
They don't know what's underneath though.
Yeah, Sammy, don't fucking put attention to that. Why?
I think they already know.
How do people not know what is on that?
I think one video they weren't covered, so.
Yeah, they were good. They look good.
Everything's set to go?
We're gonna find out. The chop on this thing is so good. All right, first drive, right onto the dyno.
That's it.
That sounds so cool. Ah, look at it move. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
This thing's a whole ass race car.
I'm shook. I haven't heard it in person
It's on the dyno. All right, Brian's first drive was a little K-turn onto the dyno. Dude, I don't know why, but it now it's not just on the is not just on the lift. It just feels
It
way
looks more aggressive.
It looks and sounds more ferocious.
Ferocious. Look at it.
This thing's ready to party. Dude, this thing's a full-on race car right now. How was your first test drive, Ryan? Pretty good. Lots of angles.
Yeah, dude.
Got the map clean enough that we can do a full pull. Just do it, right?
All right, let's go for it.
Perfect. That sounds crazy. Love that. Love that. Fire?
Seen the little flames?
Okay.
408, 424.
Good torque. For like bullshit numbers at
Yeah.
it. That's good.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely something we can fix.
Oh yeah. So
Plenty of things we can fix in there, right?
with the roughest numbers in the map, it made good power. It broke up a little bit up top. I think it was just a little too rich, but that's good. That's a good baseline.
Hell yeah. Start typing numbers, Jimmy.
We were about to do a pull. We noticed the oil pressures weren't being what we wanted to see, and at the same time, Mr. Dyreek walked in. They're not deathly low, but they're not what we want to see. So we're gonna change the oil real quick, get some fresh oil in there, and just see what happens. Sound good?
It's our only shot.
That's it?
Doesn't sound
That's it.
great.
I mean, the car sounds great, but
The situation doesn't sound that
Your
great.
fingers crossed,
yeah,
folks.
once the engine gets a little hot, the oil is pressure is not what we want to see. So hopefully some fresh oil will do us good. One benefit of having a ramped dyno. So f***ing hot. Oh. I think that looks good.
Nah, yeah, you're good. She's good.
She's good?
Yeah,
Say it louder.
she's good. It's good, man.
All right, oil pressure's good. Happy to see it. Oil must have got really thin, so now we can finally make a second pull. All right, so we lost power, but I was expecting to see that, so that's good news. Okay. That's good. Whoa. See? I told you it told me enough. You can see that third pull picked up quite a bit. Not only did it pick up power basically everywhere, it really smoothed itself out. Like quite dramatically. Well, looks like we're going in the right direction now. So 463 horsepower and 474 pounds of torque, third pull. It's fucking fast. And like I said before, I'm trying a different run style, so this should be more comparable to dyno jet numbers and not the typical high numbers that we're used to. Sound good?
Sick.
And there's definitely some more room for some more horsepower. 487 or 492 torque.
Now? Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not saying no. 487 sounds good.
487 sounds good? Let's see. And then 487.
What'd I say?
He goes, what did I say? Dude, the curve looks good.
480 horsepower, 490 torque.
Love that.
Able to fix this right here. The tipping works
Oh yeah,
way better.
Tipping was a lot better. This is, dude, the power, so Brian really wanted kind of, he didn't want the traditional LS power band where it kind of hits in and then falls off. Brian really wanted like a motorsports power band where the power just kind of keeps climbing.
One here.
Looking at the graph right here, that's exactly what we get, right?
Straight mountain, baby.
Straight mountain. That thing
yeah,
is
thing's
chugging
climbing.
along, dude. Big foot's dick. That power band is that with the heads and everything is just a good combo, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the goal for the drift engine. I didn't want such a big cam that it was kind of flat on its face down low, but I didn't want such a stock cam that it yeeted your wheel speed way up and then you lost, and then you couldn't keep up with that wheel speed because you lose down on the torque.
Oh yeah, no, she's hitting though. Zach, bruh, you got a good ass cam, buddy. Cool, 487. Let's see. I really want to hit 500 foot-pounds torque. If we can do that, I'll be stoked. So let's get it a little closer. Let's get a little closer. So that pool, we actually ended up making less power. So as you can see this blue graph right here, it's a little weird. So down low, we pick up power basically almost everywhere, which is really nice. That's what we want to see, right? But once we get up top, it starts to tank off really hard. And for that to happen so dramatically, I don't think it's a tune. Something might have potentially happened. Something definitely dramatic happened right here for it to just tank off the power like that. Let's dig into the logs, give it a quick checkup, and see why it potentially just fell on its face like that. But if it didn't fall on its face and kept going like it should have, it looks like it would have been in a happy spot. So just keep digging. It's everything looks good there. So let's run it back, see what happens. We lost a bunch of power that time. Almost everywhere. So we're gonna see if maybe the motor is potentially gotten hurt. So we're gonna compression test and see what happens.
175. $240.
240?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. 6 was 240, and it had the only plug that looked orange. So maybe coolant's getting into cylinder 6. Cylinder 6 could be misfiring under load, and we can't tell because it's a V8, which could explain why it's down 100 horse. So the only reason why we're checking that head is because Brian saw an excess amount of blow-by out of the breather during the pool, so that's just why we started on that side. So.
Yep.
Good?
Yep.
So cylinder 6 is the only foo-foo one, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't coolant on there, maybe it was just drier, maybe got a little bit of fuel on it from not combusting.
It's not rusty fucking water in my motor.
No, you're right.
You know,
No, you're right.
that's
And it's blue
water.
coolant, so there's no way that's coolant.
And coolant burns white, not any other color.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get some crust on
So
plugs,
that
you'll get some crusty
discoloration
stuff,
to me
but
seems like that's a huge AFR difference in that cylinder. If the lifter fails, then the valve's going to stay closed longer.
you're right,
And
so
I
it
got
won't have
beefy
that.
ass valve springs.
That is true. So maybe the lifter collapsed, right? We bled the crap out of these things, but
No, they
things happen.
were mint. The thing made power and then it stopped.
And it stopped, yeah. So it's definitely, we definitely lost that cylinder in terms of firing, so.
You know.
So we're gonna be looking at.
Alrighty, that does not look good.
You got a broken rocker arm. Bullshit.
Fucking kidding me?
Me. Okay.
Running.
I mean, that's
Bad because I need a new fucking.
those aren't factory ones, are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but upgraded. Yeah.
I mean, that's better though. That's better than having to pull the head off, though.
Cracked head. No, it's better than having to pull.
That's
the
what
head
I'm
off
saying.
and
That to
have
me,
it
that's a
flat.
win in terms of the grand schemes of things.
So
I mean, that's a shit and a good at the same time, right? It sucks
It
because
could be way worse.
It could be
yeah,
way
but it's
worse.
also something I'm definitely not gonna fix
before this weekend.
before this weekend. So unless you throw.
That is crazy. So those are
One
GM
more
Performance
than-
rocker arms,
No,
right?
they're. I don't know what the fucking brand was, but they're obviously shit.
Oh, they're supposed to be.
They're
upgraded, right?
OEM fucking rocker arms with upgraded trunnions.
That's what it is. Okay. Just one big piece.
Yeah.
That's good. If anything can break in your valve train, though,
Rocker arm.
That is the thing you want to break. So It's crazy. That's what screws you with V8s though. Like you can't like when they misfire.
20s.
Yeah. It's the bad thing about the funny thing with V8s is like when they misfire, you can barely hear it.
Yeah.
You feel it actually. Like at least if it's just one cylinder. So because to me like it didn't sound like it was misfiring. It just felt underpowered. So that's pretty crazy.
Sucks, but it's kind of good. I mean, it's obviously not good. Shit's broken, but it's not catastrophic.
Yeah, it's the best thing to break.
No, it's the most affordable thing to break.
And the easiest thing to fix.
You might sleep tonight.
I don't have to fucking buy new head gaskets.
The head's not cracked, so cool. Texas speed. So we'll call you in the morning. Oh yeah, look, dude, it was digging into the little keeper there. That little top hat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Poor thing. Well, it's funny. That's the only not truly upgraded piece in your valve train, so I guess that makes sense, right?
The crazy part is like this was sold as an upgrade, but when I got it in the mail, I was like, this is pretty shitty.
So
and
the
I was
upgrade
like,
about it is actually the bearing in it, not the actual. Because look at how weak. Look at that. It's so thin and it's just like cast.
there's supposed to be OEM, GM, LS3 rocker arms.
Yeah, bullshit.
I gotta go figure out where I found them and leave a 0-star review and money back.
I'll tell you what, this thing was definitely on its way to make some jam. It really sucks because we were trying really hard to get to the drift event this weekend. But when you have that heart drop of, man, my engine might be hurt, when something like this happens, it's kind of like a sigh of relief, even though it does still really suck.
Honestly, the fact that we know what the problem is a huge sigh of relief.
literally, yeah.
We're not leaving here tonight dreaming about what the is going on with this thing. I'm still gonna be dreaming.
Weirdo.
Lucky. Sigh of relief knowing that we know the problem and we can definitely fix it and upgrade it and make it better than it was gonna be. This was something that I planned on upgrading again in the future because I thought it looked stupid when it came in.
Dude, they look so dinky.
I guess I should have just trusted my intuition back then and returned them right away.
We tried it. She was partying, dude. She was really partying. So, Tony, you want to add anything before we go?
Tony,
I mean, she was barking.
She was barking.
It was on the road to 500.
For sure.
So we'll order some parts up, get them in, get it back on the dyno.
Do our thing. So, let's go home. Yeah, let's go get some fast food and go home. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And Bri?
Have a better night than me.